In this video, we're diving into the powerful lessons we can learn from one of the most challenging periods in history, the Great Depression. You'll discover life-changing habits that help people survive and thrive during these tough times, from mastering simple skills like sewing and canning to creating your mini garden for sustainable living. We'll explore how they made the most out of every resource, like turning kitchen scraps into cleaning agents or using wild edibles to keep food on the table. These timeless tips are not just about saving money, but about living smarter and more sustainably. By the end of this video, you'll feel empowered to adopt these frugal habits that will prepare you for any financial storm ahead. So, why should you watch? Because these invaluable lessons will not only save you money, but also help you live a more resourceful, fulfilling life. Stay tuned until the end and learn how to turn even the simplest actions into extraordinary savings. Before we start, I'd appreciate your support. If you liked the video, please subscribe and hit the bell to stay updated on future tips. Learn basic sewing skills. Mastering even the simplest of life skills can open the door to a world of possibilities. Imagine the sense of accomplishment you'll feel when you're no longer helpless at the sight of a torn seam or missing button. You don't need to be an expert, nor do you need to invest in a fancy sewing machine to get started. All it takes is a little practice with basic stitches, and you'll soon discover how empowering it is to breathe new life into your clothes. With just a needle, some thread, and a simple sewing kit, you can mend small tears, reattach loose buttons, and keep your wardrobe in great shape for years. Every stitch you make represents a step towards self-sufficiency, a reminder that you are capable of solving your problems. Think about the satisfaction of repairing that favorite shirt or fixing a hem in a pair of pants without the need for a costly trip to the tailor. During hard times like the Great Depression, people didn't have the luxury of discarding clothes. They saved them with needle and thread, learning to be resourceful and resilient. Sewing is more than just a practical skill. It's a testament to frugal living and a meaningful way to preserve what you already own. Plant a mini garden. There's something deeply rewarding and humbling about growing your food. During the Great Depression, families had to scrape by, and one of the most profound lessons they learned was the value of growing their gardens. When money was tight and food was scarce, having a small patch of soil to cultivate their produce meant survival. Today, while times may not be as harsh, the wisdom of that era still applies. The idea of starting a garden might feel daunting, especially if you think you lack the time, space, or green thumb for it. But gardening doesn't need to be overwhelming. Patience is key. Even a tiny herb garden on your windowsill can yield fresh, aromatic herbs that bring your meals to life. Start small, and over time, your humble efforts will blossom into something greater. Imagine the pride of plucking your homegrown tomatoes, peppers, or leafy greens straight from your garden, knowing you nurtured them from seed to harvest. Gardening isn't just about saving money or being self-sufficient. It's about reconnecting with nature, fostering life, and rediscovering a sense of peace in the process. Use DIY cleaning products. In times of great financial strain, like during the Great Depression, people were forced to become inventive with what little they had. Even simple cleaning supplies, which we now take for granted, were luxuries that many couldn't afford. Instead, they turned to the household staples they already had: vinegar, baking soda, and water, using them in creative ways to keep their homes clean. This frugal mindset is just as relevant today, especially for those looking to cut back on unnecessary expenses. Why spend money on expensive, all-natural cleaning products when you can make your powerful solutions right at home? A simple mixture of vinegar and water is a highly effective cleaner for surfaces and sinks, while baking soda's natural scrubbing ability works wonders on tough kitchen stains. These DIY methods are not only cost-effective, but they're also better for the environment, reducing the number of harmful chemicals in your home. By embracing these old-fashioned cleaning hacks, you're not just saving money. You're practicing a form of sustainability that's good for both your wallet and the planet. Make the most when meat shopping. In times past, especially during the Great Depression, people learned the true value of every part of the meat they purchased. Every cut, every bone, every scrap was used to its fullest potential. Today, however, many people are hesitant to buy a whole chicken, opting instead for the convenience of prepackaged cuts. But what they don't realize is that buying a whole chicken not only stretches your dollar further, but also opens up a world of possibilities in the kitchen. Imagine the satisfaction of roasting an entire bird, savoring its rich flavors, and then using the leftovers to create nourishing soups, sandwiches, or even salads for days to come. You're not just feeding yourself for one meal. You're planning, ensuring that nothing goes to waste. And let's not forget the bones. The Great Depression taught us the value of bones, which not only cost less, but also added deep, savory flavor to broths and stews. Making the most out of meat shopping means embracing every part of the animal, just like our frugal ancestors did. And in return, you get delicious meals and a greater sense of resourcefulness. Save electricity. It may sound like a simple, obvious tip, but the importance of conserving electricity cannot be overstated, especially when you think about how people lived during the Great Depression. They didn't have the luxury of wasting energy, and every bit of electricity was treated like a precious resource. While we don't need to revert to using gas lamps or living in darkness, adopting a more mindful approach to electricity usage can make a huge difference. Do you need that light on in the next room when you're not even there? Could you set a timer on your air conditioner to prevent it from running all night? These small changes add up over time, slashing your energy bill and helping the environment in the process. Unplugging appliances when not in use and turning off lights may feel insignificant, but these actions embody the same spirit of careful living that kept people afloat during tough times. In today's world, where electricity costs are rising, these seemingly minor habits can lead to big savings. Swipe less, pay in cash more. The convenience of credit cards has its benefits, but it also comes with hidden dangers, most notably the temptation to overspend. One of the lessons we can learn from the Great Depression is the power of living within our means. Back then, people paid in cash for nearly everything, and while it may seem outdated today, this practice forces you to spend only what you have. There's something incredibly satisfying about paying with cash. It's tangible, immediate, and keeps you grounded in your finances. When you physically hand over the money, you feel the weight of each purchase, and you're less likely to make impulsive decisions. Unlike swiping a card, which can disconnect you from the reality of spending, paying in cash forces you to budget wisely. If you don't have enough cash for an item, maybe it's a sign to wait until you've saved more. Living this way instills a sense of discipline and control over your financial life, just like the resilient people of the Depression era. Give canning a try. Canning is one of those old-fashioned skills that's making a comeback for good reason. During the Great Depression, families relied heavily on canning to preserve their food and stretch their supplies. Women would can fruits, vegetables, and even meats to ensure their pantry was stocked with nutritious, long-lasting food. Today, while we have refrigerators and freezers, there's still a lot of value in learning this timeless art. Imagine the satisfaction of opening your cupboard to find jars of homemade salsa, pickles, or jam that you've canned yourself. Not only does canning save money by allowing you to buy or grow produce in bulk, but it also reduces food waste, ensuring that nothing spoils before you have a chance to use it. Plus, canning is a fun and creative way to take control of your food supply, much like families did when resources were scarce. Whether you start with a simple pickling recipe or venture into canning full meals, you'll be amazed at how much you can save and how delicious homemade, preserved food can be. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't throw away scraps. Your kitchen is full of hidden treasures that, with a little creativity, can become useful, money-saving resources. Back in the days of the Great Depression, households had what were known as scrap jars, containers filled with all kinds of kitchen scraps that could be repurposed for other projects. Nothing was wasted. Today, we can bring that level of resourcefulness back into our own lives. Take lemon peels, for instance. Rather than discarding them, you can use them as natural cleaning agents, perfect for scrubbing countertops, polishing metal, or even deodorizing your garbage disposal. Eggshells, which are often thrown away, can be crushed and used in your garden to provide calcium to plants, giving your flowers or vegetables the nutrients they need to thrive. Even vegetable scraps can be transformed into a flavorful broth, making use of every last bit of food. And it doesn't stop in the kitchen. Around your home, you're likely sitting on a gold mine of scraps that can be repurposed into something new. Old fabric can be sewn into reusable grocery bags or cleaning rags. Newspapers can be shredded for composting or used as eco-friendly packing material. Even plastic bags, which often accumulate, can be woven into mats, baskets, or even waterproof covers. This kind of upcycling not only saves money but also reduces waste, which benefits both your wallet and the environment. The key is to change your mindset. Start seeing scraps not as garbage, but as valuable resources waiting to be repurposed. With a little bit of ingenuity, those discarded items can be given a second life, helping you stretch your dollar further and live more sustainably. Waste no water. During the Great Depression, wasting water was considered almost a sin. Water was treated as a precious resource, and every drop mattered because people knew that conserving it meant survival. Today, with water readily available at the turn of a tap, it's easy to forget just how valuable it is. However, adopting the same mindful approach to water usage that people practice during tough times can have a significant impact on your budget and the planet. Start by making small but meaningful changes in your daily routine. Taking shorter showers, for example, can save gallons of water each week. Turning off the tap while brushing your teeth or scrubbing dishes is another easy way to conserve water without even noticing a difference in your routine. Fixing leaky faucets should be a top priority. Those small drips can waste up to thousands of gallons a year if left unchecked. Another simple yet effective tip is to place a brick or a filled water bottle in your toilet tank. This reduces the amount of water used with each flush, saving you money on your water bill without any extra effort. The truth is, just because water seems abundant doesn't mean we should be careless with it. The lessons learned during the Great Depression remind us that small actions, taken consistently, can make a huge difference. By being more mindful of your water usage, you can conserve one of our most valuable resources, lower your utility bills, and contribute to a more sustainable future. Learn foraging. One of the most resourceful and frugal practices that came out of the Great Depression was foraging for wild edibles. When food was scarce, people turned to the natural environment around them to supplement their meals, gathering edible plants, herbs, and berries. Foraging wasn't just a means of survival. It became a way of life for many, providing valuable nutrition from an often overlooked source, nature itself. Today, foraging is an empowering way to reconnect with the land and discover new, free sources of food. Start by researching common wild edibles in your area. Plants like dandelions, chickweed, wood sorrel, and plantain are often considered weeds, but they are rich in nutrients and can be easily incorporated into salads, soups, or teas. Berries such as blackberries, elderberries, and mulberries are also commonly found and packed with antioxidants. If you live near a wooded area or have access to parks and fields, these foraging opportunities can be right at your doorstep. Foraging can also be a valuable teaching tool for your children, helping them learn about survival skills, the environment, and the importance of self-sufficiency. Guidebooks and online resources make it easy to get started. And once you begin foraging, you'll likely discover a new appreciation for the natural world. Incorporating wild foods into your meals can add diversity, nutrition, and excitement to your diet, while saving you money on groceries. Plus, it's a skill that you can rely on in tough times, just like the people of the Great Depression did. Restore furniture pieces. During the Great Depression, people had to make do with what they had. Throwing away broken or worn-out furniture wasn't an option when money was tight. Instead, they learned to restore, repair, and upcycle their belongings, breathing new life into old pieces. This mentality of resourcefulness is just as relevant today. Before you think about replacing that scratched-up coffee table or that creaky chair, consider repairing or restoring it yourself. With basic tools and a little time, You can save a significant amount of money by refurbishing old furniture. Sand down that old wooden table and give it a fresh coat of paint or stain. It'll look as good as new. Replace the upholstery on your worn-out dining chairs or sofa cushions instead of buying new ones. There are countless DIY tutorials online that can guide you step by step through the process, even if you've never done it before. By restoring furniture rather than replacing it, not only are you saving money, but you're also reducing waste, which benefits the environment. Additionally, restoring furniture allows you to put a personal touch on your home decor. You can customize the colors, textures, and finishes to match your unique style, making your home feel truly yours. Furniture restoration isn't just about fixing things. It's about preserving the history and memories attached to each piece. And in the spirit of frugality that characterized the Great Depression, it's about making the most of what you have. Go for reusable products over disposable ones. One of the greatest lessons from the Great Depression is the importance of reusing and repurposing items. People didn't have the luxury of disposable products. They used and reused everything they could. This habit saved money, reduced waste, and extended the life of everyday items. Today, in our throwaway culture, we can benefit greatly from bringing back this mindset of reusability. Start by replacing single-use items with reusable alternatives in your home. Instead of using paper towels, opt for washable cloths that can be used again and again. Ditch plastic water bottles for a durable, reusable one. Use glass containers instead of plastic wrap for storing leftovers. Even switching to reusable shopping bags instead of plastic ones can make a big difference over time. These small changes add up, saving you money on products you would normally buy repeatedly and cutting down on the amount of waste you send to landfills. Implementing reusable products can begin in the kitchen and gradually extend to other areas of your home. In the bathroom, swap out disposable razors for a sturdy, reusable one. In the bedroom, consider using fabric napkins or handkerchiefs instead of tissues. Reusable items often last longer, perform better, and cost less in the long run compared to their disposable counterparts. By making these simple switches, you're not only honoring the frugal wisdom of the past, but you're also living a more sustainable, conscious lifestyle that benefits both your finances and the planet. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Use everything until the last drop. People during the Great Depression understood the value of every product they had, and they were experts at using everything down to the last drop. In those times, wasting even a little was considered a luxury that no one could afford. This mindset can still save you money today if you learn to make the most of everything you buy. Take a look at how you use everyday items like shampoo, lotion, toothpaste, and cleaning supplies. Many of us tend to use more than we need, but a small adjustment, like following the one dab or one pump rule, can extend the life of these products considerably. For items like shampoo or dish soap, people used to tilt bottles upside down to ensure every drop was used, and this simple trick can still help you today. With modern tools like small spatulas designed to scrape out those hard-to-reach corners of containers, you can get even more out of your products. These tools are especially handy for beauty products, lotions, or even condiments in your kitchen, allowing you to maximize your purchase. It's a small change, but over time, this kind of frugal living adds up, helping you save money while getting the most out of every item you own. The lesson here is simple. Respect the value of what you have and don't let anything go to waste. Consider natural remedies. Another key money-saving tip from the Great Depression era was the widespread use of natural remedies. Back then, medical treatments were often out of reach for many families, so people relied heavily on what nature provided. While today we have modern medicine, natural remedies can still play a powerful role in managing minor ailments and promoting overall well-being, often without the high cost of pharmaceuticals. For instance, if you're experiencing a mild sore throat, instead of rushing to buy expensive cough syrups, try a simple and soothing remedy like warm lemon water with honey. Not only does it soothe your throat, but it also provides a natural boost of vitamin C, staying hydrated, getting plenty of rest, and using age-old favorites like Vapor Rub can help you recover from common colds or congestion without breaking the bank. Many herbs, teas, and natural ingredients have medicinal properties that can be just as effective for minor issues. While they're not a replacement for professional medical care, integrating natural remedies into your lifestyle can reduce your reliance on over-the-counter drugs and help you save money in the long run. This practice reminds us to return to simple, time-tested solutions for our health. Don't spend blindly. Perhaps one of the most profound lessons passed down from the Great Depression is the importance of wise, intentional spending. Back then, families faced severe financial hardship and every penny mattered. People had to stretch their budgets in ways that seem almost unimaginable today, making sure they could put food on the table with the little they had. This experience taught future generations the critical difference between needs and wants, and how to approach spending with a mindset of careful consideration rather than impulse. In today's world, it's all too easy to spend without thinking, especially with the convenience of online shopping, credit cards, and subscriptions. But adopting a more intentional approach can make a huge difference in your financial health. Start by keeping track of your bills and expenses. Whether you prefer an old-fashioned notebook or a modern budgeting app, recording your spending helps you stay aware of where your money is going. When you see your finances clearly, you can prioritize essentials and make smarter decisions about discretionary purchases. Frugal living is not about deprivation. It's about being wise and mindful with your money. By cutting back on unnecessary expenses, you free up resources for the things that truly matter, like securing your financial future, paying off debt, or investing in meaningful experiences. The lesson from the Great Depression is clear. Don't spend blindly. Instead, approach your finances with care and intentionality, knowing that financial wisdom is one of the greatest tools you can have for long-term security and peace of mind. As we come to the end of this journey through valuable life lessons from the Great Depression, take a moment to reflect on everything we've covered. What stood out to you the most? What is one thing you've learned today that you'll start applying in your own life? Whether it's using products at the last drop, saving water, or embracing natural remedies, there's something for everyone to take away. We'd love to hear from you. Comment below with the one tip you plan to implement, and let's learn from each other's experiences. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more inspiring and practical tips to help you live smarter and more sustainably. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.